Okay, so for question 3, the manager wants us to retrieve the convenience fee. This time we're going to use the index together with the match function. Now, in analytics, we have this approach we call robustness check, where we have done the VLOOKUP, we know that it can extract convenience fee. But one way to double check is to utilize another method. Here we're using index and match. Also, the benefit of index and match relative to VLOOKUP is that with the VLOOKUP, you can only look up a value that is the left side of the table, the very first one on the table. So it's inflexible in that way. With the index and match, we are doing two things. So let's look at the match function separately. What match does is it returns the location of a certain value. Let's say here we want to match H2. What are the contents of H2? It's credit card. This is again dealing with payment method, and we want to retrieve convenience fee for each payment method, yeah? So we want to match H2 to where is the payment method on this table. It's here from R3 to R5, and then I lock this Fn F4 to lock it, or F4 for you, or Command T for those in Mac. So just try those different shortcuts. If none of them work, let us know. Let's figure out why it's not working. Yeah. So I'm matching the payment method in my cell H2 to the payment methods that we know are listed from R3 to R5. And I want this to be an exact match. So I'm going to input 0 here. What this is going to return is going to return 1. Why? Let me change it to say H5. If you notice what's in H5 is bank transfer is going to return 3. Why? Because match returns the location or the position of a specific value. So here, bank transfer within this list, it's at number 3. So H2 credit card is at number 1. Match returns the position. With this position, we now send Excel on an errand using the index function to say, hey, now that I know where the credit card is on this list, it's at number 1. I'm going to extract the convenience fee rate from the array S3 to S5, and then I'm going to lock it again using F4 or Fn F4. And with the index, because I know where the surcharge rate is, I impose that array, and then I tell now Excel, go on an errand. I've been told by the match function that credit card is at row number 1. I'm going to input 1 here to get the actual fee for credit card. Therefore, the fee here is 2.5. Now, we know what the index does. It goes in to extract the actual value at a given row, a given array, given row, given column, yeah, at the intersection of a row and a column. But of course, you notice that for index, the column is actually optional. We didn't input any column and it still returned a value, yeah? Now, we can utilize both the index and the match together to retrieve the convenience fee for each of these payment methods. How does that work? We would use the index as the outer function. With the index, remember, we are extracting the actual value. So the value that we want to extract is this here, the charge rate. And then I'm going to lock this. And then I'm going to utilize a match, right, for the row. Why? Because we know that the match would actually return the position. So we start with H2 because it's our first cell. And then I want to match whatever is in H2 with this to say, give me the location of the payment method on this particular smaller table, and then match it to whatever is in cell H2 to give me the location. I want this to be an exact match. What's going to happen is that the match function will return the location, And then the index function takes that location to retrieve the actual value from the column S, from S3 to S5, yeah? The match gets the location for us, gives that to the index, yeah? This is what we're doing here. The index will go in and get the actual convenience fee for us. Now, the question would be, we've given it H2. How does it get the fee for the others? We have done two types of referencing here, not to complicate things. Here, we are saying H2, but then we've locked this convenience fee table. This is called absolute referencing. That's why we impose the dollar notation, absolute referencing. Read more about that. You notice that the H2 we did not lock. This is called relative referencing. So when we move to the next cell here, we are saying match whatever is in H5 to this table that we have locked here. Yeah, that is why we're able to get the convenience fee for all of the payment methods and match it to the convenience fee table. Let's leave it here for now. If you have any questions, please let us know. You can do so through the discussion forum. Take the video, paste it there, or the video itself, you can comment on it. Give us feedback on what's working and what's not working. I want to keep this short. Let's stop here for now, and then we will move on to the next question.